Alright guys, what is going on, and welcome back to episode number 4 of our Winnipeg Jets Legend BAGM mode. And here I left off before the trade deadline. I wanted to get your guys' opinion on what we should do at the trade deadline, because as of right now, we're not going to be a playoff team. And I've mentioned this 1,000 times before, that's not a bad thing at all. We're pretty much the worst team in the league. We're tied for hold on here, we got 58 points, Edmonton has 58 points, and New Jersey has 52. So we're pretty much the second worst team in the league, so the playoffs are definitely out of contention. But that's okay, because there's been lots of positive comments here. I'm quickly gonna run through them here, and the first one comes from PM9193. He says, "Hey Tech, just blow up the whole team. Maybe trade a guy like Blake Wheeler or Ladd to teams contending for a cup, and you can get back their prospects or their picks." So I'm definitely not gonna blow up the team, but there will be some big changes made in this episode. This guy has a huge comment. He basically just says to trade all of our old veterans for younger picks, younger prospects, because this is definitely going to be a rebuild. This could be a 2 or 3 year rebuild before we even touch the playoffs. So his long comment just basically said, try to get rid of as many veterans as you can, and try to start the rebuild right now. And the next one comes from D-Man Hockey. He says, trade Andrew Ladd. I love Ladd, and I did a Winnipeg GM mode. I traded Ladd and a couple crappy picks for Rick Nash. I will be trading Andrew Ladd. I will not be trading him for Rick Nash, though. Thank you for the comment. And the last one here comes from Brandon Murno. And the last one here comes from Braden Monroe. He says, try to go after Andre Palat on Tampa Bay. By the end of the first year, he comes into an 89 or a 90 overall player. So I don't know if he's going to get to be 89 or a 90 overall, but we're definitely going to take a look at him here. So you look at our team here, and let's go to edit lines really quickly. Andrew Ladd, he's got to go. He's not the player that, he's got 45 points in 63 games. That's great. That's actually excellent. He's having a really good year. But, we don't need to have the points right now. We need to get the prospects in place to where we can be a good team 2 or 3 years down the road. And I think trading Andrew Ladd right now for someone a little bit younger and maybe some pick could be a really good move for us here. So I think we're going to trade Andrew Ladd. We're going to take a look at Andre Palat, see if we can try to swing a deal for that, for Andre Palat, because if he can turn to be like an 89, 90 overall player, him playing alongside Mark Scheifele, and then once they're both ready for the first line minutes, you can have Palat, Scheifele, and Solani. That could be a pretty sick first line. So we're going to go ahead and look at our options here. Not going to say we're going to trade anyone right now. We're going to make a move as of right now, but I would like to stock up on some draft picks. I might trade Michael Frolik as well, because he's 84 overall on the third line. He could play top 6 on another team. So let's go ahead and have a quick look here at what we can do before the trade deadline. So how about Tampa Bay? How is Andre Palat? Where is he? Okay, he's 85 overall, 23 years old. He's got the 4 green star potential, which I really, really like. His physical category is crap, but that's not what we're going to get him for. We're getting him for his shooting category, puck skills, skating, and actually his defense isn't actually that bad. Defensive awareness at 85. I like him, Andre Palat. He's got 44 points in 63 games this year, so let's try to swing a deal for Andre Palat. I can definitely get him for Andrew Ladd. That's not a question, but I want to squeeze some picks in here. If I could get a second and a third, would that go through? No, I don't think that's going to go through. I'll have to add something little. Let's see if I can, not necessarily Brian Little, but I think I can throw in here like Thorburn, who really is just eating up cap. We could just get a really crappy player back, Smith. So how's this? Palat, a second, a third, Smith for Ladd, and Thorburn. We're saving a little bit of cap. Actually, yeah, we are getting rid of 1.2, and then we're only taking on $3 million for how many more years? 3 more years left. So that's actually awesome. This could really work out for us. Andrew Ladd for Andre Palat and a couple of picks. Will it go through? Sweeten it just a touch. Okay, they're gonna be greedy about this. We'll give them a 7th round pick. How about that? Oh my God, a bit low. Come on. Okay, I'll give you a 5th and 6th from this year. How about that? that. A 5th and a 6th. There you go. Andre Palat, welcome to the Winnipeg Jets. So that's the first move I wanted to get done. That's the first move that I wanted to, make. Now Tampa Bay actually has quite a bit of grinders. They have the Callahan, now Andrew Ladd. So they're going to be a tough team to play against with Stamkos and Drouin and the two grindy offensive players. So maybe we actually just made Tampa Bay a much better team. But regardless of that, I'm happy with that move. We got some picks, which are very, very important for this year. So we could easily trade our 2 second-round picks for a first-round pick. But our first-rounder is worth a lot this year, so I'm very happy about that. Definitely going to be in like the top 5. Definitely going to be like top 5, maybe top 10, but that's great. So now let's look at what else we can swing a deal here. So do I want to trade Blake Wheeler? He's 28, 87 overall. We could get a pretty decent player for Blake Wheeler. Definitely get a prospect. I mean, he's still a good player. Just the cap, 5.6 for 5 years. That's quite a bit. See, if I'm going to trade away Blake Wheeler, I want to get someone who's NHL ready, who can play on the second line, but still is young enough that he can have time to grow. Let's try to take a look here. The Bruins. We could get Dougie Hamilton and a player maybe. Do they have like Riley Smith? I know he gets pretty good. Riley Smith's 83 years. He's 83 years old. 83 overall. He's got 24 points. I don't think that would go through. Dougie Hamilton and Riley Smith. Oh, that might actually go through. Dougie Hamilton and Riley Smith for Blake Wheeler. He's listed as the third liner. If I played him on the second line, I don't think that would hurt him. Could we swing that deal? Let me take a quick look around here, and then I will come back to this deal. So remember Dougie Hamilton and Riley Smith. You know what? I might actually have a better deal here. This Oliver Bjorkstrand guy, I've seen him get up to 90 plus overall, and he's 19 years old, 3 gold stars, 72 overall sniper. This guy is just wicked. I've seen him get to be amazing. Already got 95 discipline on him. I'm thinking I have kind of a master plan here. We could probably make this trade go through. The first and Bjorkstrand, I might have to add something little for that. Not Brian Little, but something little, and then we can go get Riley Smith from the Bruins for the second line. I'd probably trade Frolik for him, and Frolik's getting the third line minutes. I just want to get as many first-round picks as possible, because this is a definite rebuild here. So, would this go through? Bjorkstrand and a first. Could I squeeze a second in there? I don't want to piss them off. We could try that. I know Blake Wheeler's got quite a bit of trade value. The 5.6 for 5 years, I'm not a fan of that. I like Blake Wheeler in real life, but maybe that would be a really smart move. Oliver Bjorkstrand, or I don't know how to pronounce his name. I think I'm doing that right. You guys can let me know. Oliver Bjorkstrand, a first and a second for Blake Wheeler. No, I'll try for just a first. If we can get the first, I'll be happy. I might have to add like a third round pick from a later year. But if we can make this happen, that would be awesome. We'll just go through. Oh, a little bit low. Okay, a little bit low. Let's add a third from right here. And let's add a 6th and a 7th from next year. Will that go through? Yes, it did go through. Oliver Bjorkstrand, welcome. Welcome. Okay, we got Columbus's first round pick. We have 2 second round picks and 2 third round picks. So that's actually excellent. We're making moves here. We are the rebuild has started right now. So let's go check out Riley Smith here. We could definitely get him for not Brian Little, for Michael Frolik. How's the trade values looking? Could I squeeze a third? I just want to get as many picks as possible. Oh, I don't even have a third. Well, might as well sneak in a 4th there. Will that go through? We're definitely going to save a lot of cap. The thing I'm thinking, though, they're going to say no because of the cap. They don't want to take on the $3 million, but we could try it. Will this go through? I don't want to take it on, so we'll just for Riley Smith. No, do not want to take it on. What if I retain $500K? It's only for 1 more year, so it doesn't really matter. I want to try for that 4th, though. Michael Frolik, and we are retaining $500,000 of his cap. Will this make Mr. Chiarelli, the GM of the Bruins, happy? Will this go through? Yes, it did. There you go. Riley Smith, we're making moves happen now. Welcome to Winnipeg. Is there any other moves I want to make? I kind of wanted to make the moves before we hit up the trade deadline there. So those were a couple of moves that just kind of all fell into place. I like the draft picks. I want to get as many draft picks as possible. So So there's one more comment I want to chuck up on the screen. I'm not going to read it all because it's pretty long, but you guys can pause it and read it if you would like. And this guy just essentially says, put Lakatonov on the AHL team. He's 80 overall. He doesn't deserve to be playing in the minors. And you know what? I do agree with that. So here he is, Andrei Lakatonov, or Laktionov. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He's only got 70 for faceoffs, though. What's Slater looking like? 85. So yeah, we could definitely put him there. Halischuk, Gagliardi. It's definitely looking a lot weaker, but you know, we have the rebuild in place. These two players are definitely not safe. I'm gonna put them on the trading block. If they're, you know, I get any offers that I can't refuse, I will definitely take a look at it. But this is what the team is looking like right now. We traded for Riley Smith, traded for Andre Palat. We didn't get any defensemen, which I do want to work on. I do want to get some defensive depth, and we're still working with James Reimer and Andre Pavlik. And there's a couple comments that were basically like, yo, why'd you get Reimer if you don't want a number one goalie quite yet, blah 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 blah. That wasn't the reason. I didn't get James Reimer to win, you know, 50 games, to win me Vezina trophies and President's trophies. I got him because he's a better goalie than Andre Pavlik, straight up. I didn't want to roll with Andre Pavlik. I want to still, you know, fight and make a chance. I don't want to completely tank the whole year. So that's why I got James Reimer. He's not a permanent solution, but he definitely helps right now. So I think I made all the moves I wanted to make. I'm happy with the draft picks. You know, we're gonna have a huge draft for this year. I will put Brian Little and Evander Kane on the trading block just so we head into the trade deadline here. I want to see, you know, what we can get, if anything, for these two players. Where are they? We got Evander Kane, who's still, you know, is still relatively young. I've seen him get up to an 89. So, you know, if he could stay up and, you know, be, you know, a really good player for us in a couple years, I'll be definitely okay with that. And we also got Brian Little, who doesn't actually have that good of trade value. And for $4.7 million for 4 years, that's not really looking too great. So quickly check out the AHL team. Make sure Bjorkstrand, he actually might be in the AHL. Yeah, he's definitely playing in the junior still. So he's got one more year. I believe he plays for Portland. I might be wrong. Bjorkstrand, though, he's going to be sick. That was the big move I did want to make. Where's Columbus, actually? Do they even have a top pick, or where are they? So Columbus is actually a pretty good team this year, but regardless, it is still a first-round pick. We can easily move up. That is not a problem whatsoever. So Columbus is second in the Metro, so they might have a top pick, but that's totally fine. Let's hop into the trade negotiations here, and if there is any trades coming at us, I will take a look at it. Arizona wants to give a first and a second for Evander Kane. They look like they're having a pretty good, or a pretty bad year, actually. Goaltenders. I can quickly check out their goalies and see what their record is, and that'll tell me what kind of year they are having. Mike Smith is having not the greatest year. It's probably a high pick, but I do want to keep Evander Kane, so I'm going to say no to that. You know, it's kind of cool just to look at, but no, I'm all right with that one. So Dallas acquired a second and a prospect for Eric Cole, and Pittsburgh acquired some prospects for a prospect. So that's cool. No more trades coming at us here. Any more deals? No more deals. A quiet trade deadline here. If I don't have to make a move, I won't. Oh, big moves here, big moves. San Jose acquired a first and a goaltending prospect for Patrick Marleau to Nashville. Wow, so you're going to have Radulov, you're going to have Patrick Marleau, wow. And they sent Philip Forsberg to the AHL. Does that mean he's going to be on waivers? I would love to pick him up. That would be so sick. I don't think he's going to be on waivers, though. That's going to be the end of the trade deadline for us. We're not going to trade Brian Little quite yet. A couple more trades, actually. A bunch of waivers stuff happened. Tommy Sestito's on waivers. Gustafsson for Scotty Upshaw. A couple minor deals there. So it looks like Philip Forsberg's not on waivers. Let's get this whole thing done, though. Let's do a whole wrap up there. No, well, we're already at about 15 minutes. You know what? Let's just speed through this really quickly. Let's see how Andre Palat and Riley Smith are going to do in their first games in a Winnipeg Jets uniform. First period, 2-0. All right. Second period, 3-0. Third period, 4-0. We actually just get pooped on by the Ottawa Senators. Well, I don't know why I'm expecting to win games, because I know we're going to be a terrible team, and I know we are going to lose probably the majority of our games here. So let's go all the way to the end of the regular season. We'll do a little tiny wrap up, or actually no, I might leave the wrap up until next video. We'll do a wrap up, then we'll hit up the draft, because there's no way we're going to be a playoff team this year. The things I'm looking forward to are definitely, Palat. If you guys are right about him being, an 89, 90 overall player, that would be so sick. That would be actually just amazing. But I'm not going to bank on it. If he stays at, 85, 86, 87 overall, that's totally fine with me. We actually won 3-0 there. I believe that was Pavlik who actually got the shutout. I might be wrong though. But 2 back-to-back wins there against Florida and the Blues. I know the Blues were up there in the standings. I think they were pretty good. Vander Kane's got 23 goals up against the Tampa Bay Lightning. I believe that was a win actually. We're stringing some wins together here, guys. What is going on? 26. Oh, actually no, we lost 8-4. Never mind. We got spanked. We got owned there. Let's go ahead and slow sim. Is there any games against the person that we traded? No one. There's no more games against the Tampa Bay Lightning, so that's totally fine. Let's just get this whole thing over with here. Let's see how we are going to, see what kind of pick we're gonna have. We'll get our scouting all in order to the point where we know kind of what player we want to go after, and you guys can let me know. And if McDavid's the player available, do you want me to go after McDavid? I know there's people who are saying, don't go get Connor McDavid, blah, 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 blah. But, if he is the best player available, do we go after him? Say, for example, we have the first overall pick and McDavid is available. What do? Do we, draft McDavid and then trade him? Or do we, skip over Connor McDavid and get the second best player? Or do we go and trade our first overall pick? We can get a lot for that pick. If it's the first overall pick, you can get quite a bit. So that's what I'm going to leave for you guys to determine. If McDavid's available, do we take him or what is the deal here? What are we going to do? We're currently 7-1. We just get owned 31, 35, and 11. The playoffs are so out of reach right now. Not even a question. Vander Kane, 24 goals. Solani, almost 50 helpers. So he's not having a terrible first year at all. I mean, considering the team he is on, he's not having a bad year at all. Solani, come on, buddy. Hit the 50 apples here against the Canucks, and he does not do it. We do lose again. 31, 36, and 11. Not a very good record. James Reimer gets another shutout there. Against the Blues, we've had their number. We lose 1-0. Can't really blame James Reimer on that one. Against the Avs, against Peter Forsberg and the Avs, big 3-2 win. All right. So either, we're probably going to get like the third or the fourth overall pick now that I'm looking at it. We got our last game here against the Calgary Flames. Let's go ahead and let's slow sim this one just to end it off. Let's go. First period. We are at home. Let's give our fans something to look forward to. Mark Scheifele, you get a hat trick, buddy. Come on, first period. All right, 1-0, Johnny Hockey. Second period. All right, 1-1, Matt Halischuk. There you go, the third liner. Power play. Come on, let's go on a good note here, boys. Go on a really good with your home fans watching. Come on, let's go. 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes. Win it in OT. Win it in a shootout. Just get the W. Get the W. There you go. Matthew Perreault, Mr. 4 goals, gets a big goal there, and we end up taking 2 points in our last game. Not that it matters, but Perreault gets his 11th. Johnny Hockey had 36 goals. Holy crap. All right, so let's quickly do a little tiny season wrap-up. Now, you're only at about 20 minutes, so it's not too bad. At the beginning of the year, I told you I was after 36 wins this season, and you only got 34. Oh my God, 2 victories less. I'm so sorry. That is not acceptable. I won't tolerate type of seasons for much longer, so I hope you have a plan for next year. I definitely do, my friend. I have a plan and a half. So let's check out how everything did here. We'll do a quick little wrap up. We finished 27th, so we're definitely going to have a top 5 pick, which is definitely nice. 27th was San Jose, Edmonton, and New Jersey. Edmonton's going to get another top pick. Oh my God, that's crazy. Let's go player stats for this year. So I'm happy about that. Top 5 pick, that makes me happy. I will have a look at the prospects as well, who we are looking to draft, but here is a look at everybody on our Solani had 74 points. He actually was a plus player, so that is awesome. That's really great. 23 goals, 51 helpers for 74 points. That's great. Little had 57 points. That's not even too bad. Palat had 54. I know he had 44 when he came over, so didn't have that great of a stint with us, but it's still very early. There's no rush. Vander Kane only had 49 points. Scheifele had 45, but he did go up to an 84. Dustin Byfuglien had 40 points. Enstrom had 39. Riley Smith had 33. Perot had 31. That's actually pretty good. Bogosian had 30 points. Trouba, who is now at 84. That's really nice. He's got 22 points. Jim Slater, 16. Gagliardi, Klimberg, all these guys. Loktanov had the 3 points in 18 games since coming over. That's not bad. So look at the goaltenders here really quickly. 14 and 11 for Andre Pavlik and 20 and 25 for James Reimer. Did have 4 shutouts though, but yeah, that's definitely not going to cut it come next year. We'll definitely go ahead and have a look at the whole NHL here. Leading in goals was Patrick Hornquist with 44. That's weird. I have not seen that before. Points, no one hit 100 points this year. Wow, all the legends and no one hits 100 points. Lemieux did have the best year though at for the Legends, having 92 points in 82 games. Who else here? Beliveau had 86. That's pretty good. Bobby Orr had 85 for a defenseman. Wow. Wayne Gretzky had 82. Alexei Yashin had 81. Paul Correa had 77 points. Mike Bossy only had 16 goals. For a sniper for Mike Bossy, only having that? That's crazy. 76 points. What are the legends here? Lindros had 75. Ron Francis had 74. Brendan Gallagher had 74 points. Holy shit. Evgeny Malkin. Pavel Bure had 71 points. So lots of scoring there. Bure is the only legend for some reason. He's definitely going to win the Calder. Rookie goaltenders. How's this looking? Ranta, Jake Allen, John Gibson, all these guys. Lots of players out there. Goaltenders, Bobrovsky, Price, Rask, Fleury, Quick, Anderson, Varlamov, Smith, and defenseman, obviously, Bobby Orr, leading the way, 85 points, but we did have the most goals. Bufflin had 23 goals. I didn't even look at that. That's crazy. 23 goals, 17 assists as a defenseman? Wow. Should we try Bufflin as a forward? Question of the episode. Should we try Bufflin as a forward? Wow. Back-to-back 20-goal years. He has the offensive capability. He would be a badass winger. That might not be a bad idea. Let me know what you guys think about that. I didn't even know he had 23 goals. That's crazy. You guys can definitely let me know on that. Wow, that's a really cool thing to think of, actually. 23 goals. Huh, he could be a really badass winger. He could be a sick winger. But, you know, that's going to be a question for you guys. Let's go ahead and look at the prospects here and who we can go after. We do have a top 5 pick, so McDavid's probably going to be out of the question. GM options, scouting, and then scouting report. So it's obviously McDavid, Strome, Barzil. This is a defenseman who I know gets really, really good as well. Pilon, Bergeron. Is there any goaltenders available? You know, I think we're going to take the best player available regardless. Austin Lotz is the best overall goaltender. There's actually lots of goalies. No pun intended there. Lots of goalies available. So yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Let me know what you think. Do we move Big Buff as a forward? That would be unreal. Let me know what you guys think. I will see you in the next episode where we hit up the draft and all of that good stuff. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys then.